Good morning, everyone. In this week's Torah portion, when the Torah describes the journeys of the Jewish people, 42 encampments from Egypt to the land of Israel. And the Baal Shem Tov says that this is the story of the journey of every one of our lives. Leaving Egypt is when we emerged into this world. And we're all journeying towards the promised land. However, when the Torah describes the journeys, the Torah says these are Motseihem L'Maseihem, which means they're emerging to their journeys. But then the Torah reverses the order and says, Elah, their journeys to their point. These are their journeys to the point of their departure. So why does the Torah quote both patterns? Their departures to their journeys, and then reversing it and saying their journeys to their departures. And one beautiful explanation is that when we look at our lives, there is the point of our departure from where we emerged, which is where we were born, the circumstances we were born into, the DNA we were given, the IQ we were given, the talent, our journeys, where we go with what we were given. As someone once said, what God gave you, your talents, that's God's gift to you. What you do with those talents is your gift to God. Now, we don't necessarily have free will about our life circumstances that we were born into, or our latent talents, or our DNA. That's Motseihem, how we emerge, our point of departure into this world. But our journey, and therefore the Torah says, these are the departures to their journeys, but at the same time, you're not limited by your point of departure in life. You could redefine it, Elah Masehem, these are their journeys to their departures. When we were in Israel now, we met many inspiring individuals, people who have chosen a life journey that is remarkable and honorable. And one of them is a dear friend of Palm Beach Synagogue, Rabbi Moshe Lefkowitz. Moshe Lefkowitz was born into a very Hasidic community and an isolated community. But he went to work for a soup kitchen in Israel. And he saw the poverty, and he was very people in difficult circumstances with food. But he saw that it was a repeated cycle, that these people were trapped in a life of poverty, and that every day they had to be fed over and over again. And he decided that there has to be a better way to take people who were born into poverty and raise them up to allow them to transcend their life circumstances. And so he started an organization called Afikim. And today he has over 600 children throughout Israel in dozens of centers that come from impoverished backgrounds, that come from their parents are struggling to make ends meet, mostly immigrants from Ethiopia, from other neighborhoods. And he goes into these most difficult schools with the most impoverished children and families, children who are going to be at risk. And starting from 4th grade, his staff is there to teach these kids, to mentor them, to educate them, to help them excel in their studies, to give them a hot dinner and a warm hug and love. And through his organization, he is raising the next generation of Israelis, those who would otherwise be doomed to a life of struggle, of financial hardship, of difficulty, and raising them up to be successes in every field. And this is an example of not being limited to Motseihem, your point of departure from where you were born, but choosing Maseihem, your journey in life, where you want to go, your vision, your goal, your direction. And through that, looking back and redefining your point of departure, not as something that limited or confined you, but on the contrary, something that you're able to transcend. And that's the message of the journeys of the Jewish people, which is really our own individual journeys as well. Have a wonderful day.